How familiar are you with Haven's history?
A little. My father would talk about it sometimes.
He would have. Any scholar worth their salt dreams of visiting the city in person. So much of what we call emic technology comes specifically from here. It was one of the cornerstones of Ema's power, and its fall into ruin heralded the Empire's end.
So why did the Empire attack their own city?
Eobard Tiamara. He was Lord of Haven. The Scholar King, they called him. Whether it was by his own hubris or the Emperor's, he challenged her rule. And in the end, everyone lost.
I'm going to see if this thing works. Watch where you're standing.
Hold on. Let me go ahead. I'll catch up here. Take my hand.
How goes the Vanguard?
Slow, I hear. The Spectres are slowing progress to a halt.
I thought the Catalyst had the man.
Me too. But now they say it's up to us.
I hear Dalsman.
Careful.
Get ready.
Last I knew, the Catalyst...
Stragglers. The rest of the force can't be far.
Come on. The bridge is just past this gate. Rin, over here.
We've got company.
Welcome to Haven. City of innovation. City of freedom. City of the dead.
She's alone. We might have a chance to talk to her away from Auric. Reason with her.
I already sent your commander running. Give me back my brother, and I'll let you do the same.
We couldn't. He's been far too valuable to us so far. If a little defiant.
I'm not giving you another chance.
A sad repressed vestige. And an irrelevant old fool. I won't even break a sweat.
She couldn't possibly...
Run! Looks like she isn't sticking around to finish the job.
I don't think she was trying to kill us. Just stop us.
That's one way to go about it.
This was the only path to the city. What do we do now?
We find another way.
You know, eventually something is bound to work out in our favor.
I'm not counting on it. There, along the wall. Another elevator. That's our way in.
It's worth a shot. But I doubt it's any kind of main entryway.
It goes up. That's enough for me.
Ah, these damned
More
creatures
Dalsmen.
move quickly. For the Reichendahl!
Looks like it was just these two. It's honestly a wonder these structures are still standing.
They look like they're a stiff breeze away from collapse.
I guess this valley isn't particularly big.
Huh. I used to have a similar one. It's too far to jump.
What about... Ah!
Abram?
Phew! Almost slipped there. Over there, is that...
Dishtash. Stay behind me.
This makes no sense. Shouldn't be Durtar this close to Haven. Seal should have kept him out.
You're right. Something's off here. Keep an eye out for now. Durtar don't travel alone.
Careful, that doesn't look very stable. The years have taken their toll. We'll have to find some way to get up through that gate.
This must date back to the siege. This crane could be useful. If I just clear this thing up. Here we are. There.
Lucky for us, this machinery still works at home.
Now is not the time to jinx it, old man.
Look at this view. Can you imagine the armies that once filled this valley? Men and women who had no idea they were about to die in a single moment.
You think the seal killed them all?
Yes. Drew the very spirit out of every living thing. Cast the city into obscurity. The loss the Empire suffered here would kickstart the events of the descent. Imagine how different the world might have been had Eobard not decided to sacrifice everything for his pride.
Sometimes it's hard to tell how you feel about the man.
I suppose that's because I feel conflicted. On the one hand, he was a great scholar and innovator. On the other, I have a hard time imagining he was anything but insufferable to be around.
When you put it like that, I can see why you look up to him.
I walked right into that one, didn't I? There! More Durtar!
I see them. think that was the last of them.
Thank the lady for that. Damn things hit almost as hard as they fall. I've been thinking about that moment on the bridge. The sheer power it would take to destroy a structure like that is astonishing. You're a vestige. Have you ever seen anything like it? Could you have done the same thing?
No. Both counts. If we're lucky, it drains some of her energy. But we'll have to be ready for something like that when we catch up to her.
That's the encounter I doubt I'll ever be ready for.
What is this? An old Emic plate? What's happening here?
I'm not sure. Aha! It's an illusion! Look!
Looks like there's an opening there.
Try walking through. If I'm right, the illusion should give way before you.
Whoa. That's weird.
This is remarkable. Imagine the things you could do with that. There may be more illusions ahead. I'm going to see if I can get a better vantage point.
See if you can find a way to get this door open while you're up there.
Wait, stop! Be careful. There's a lot of illusions here. That walkway to the right is an illusion. Go left, onto that broken bridge.
Over this way?
Yes, go ahead and cross over to the other side.
Whoa.
Careful here. That entire bridge ahead of you is an illusion. Look behind you. Do you see that pillar and the ledge beyond it?
The one with a broken statue?
Yes. Just line up with a pillar on your left. Walk carefully towards the statue.
Okay.
There! Now look behind you. You see that large statue at the far end of the bridge? Line yourself up directly between that and the broken statue next to you.
All right.
Then walk straight towards the large statue until I tell you to stop. Stop! You are going to hate this. But you need to walk forward slowly until you fall.
Well, here goes nothing, I guess. Whoa! You were right. I hated that.
I'm just relieved it worked. I can't quite see down there.
You what?
Never mind that. Just go left towards the cliffside. You're climbing up. Now just walk towards that same statue. That should be the last of it.
If I plummet to my death, I'm going to haunt you.
There. Safe and sound. Statue of the Lady of Artisans. Breathtaking.
She's one of the Eight, isn't she?
Indeed. She was particularly revered here in Haven, as you'd expect for a city that prided itself in its inventors and artisans.
I'll give it to him. These are some real artisanal death traps.
Hold on. Let me get across here first. I'll catch you.
Thanks.
Anytime. The elevator's just here. Let's see if we can get it working.
You know, you're a lot more useful than you like to let on.
Well, I've always found that the one thing better than being good at something is being surprisingly good at something. Hold on. Why is it...
I really need to stop giving you compliments. Come on, we'll work our way up through here.
Oh, this is breathtaking. Would you look at this place?
Looks like a sewer.
Well, yes, but a truly magnificent.
What the?
Lady's light!
Get behind me. What was that?
A defender of Haven. Long... dead, but somehow... Of course. The seal.
What about it?
The seal ended the war. It must have captured the very spirits of the combatants and held them for all this time. And when it was destroyed...
They were freed. If you're right, there's going to be more of those things.
Yes. A lot more, I'd wager. How long can one set of stairs be? Look at that. Haven. It slept for more than a century, but you can just feel it waking up.
I think it preferred sleeping.
You know, I used to tell my daughters stories about this place.
Oh yeah? You remember any good ones?
Her favorites were always the volcano stories. I tell her how the city was built in and around the mountainside. And how the heat and magma fueled the Havenites' technological achievements. Bit of an exaggeration, sure, but she enjoyed it. There we go. See anything useful?
Yeah, I think I do. There's more of them. Does cutting them down even kill them?
I don't know. They're remnants of an age-old war. There's no telling what drives them. There.
I thought that bridge looked a bit too convenient.
Looks like there's a real crossing on the far side. Should be just... Would you look at that?
Let's save the cheering for when we reach the other side.
This is the main courtyard. We must be close to
Look, through the rift. The symbols on the banners seem to match the ones on the floor. Neat. Looks like we've done it.
You really are a natural with this stuff. Looks like the talisman didn't make it through unscathed.
I can see why. Get ready.
Getting the hang of this.
This one's different. What's happening here?
It's flickering in and out. I might be able to stabilize it for a moment, but we'll have to time this carefully. You made it.
These illusions are getting weird. How did they make something like this?
They were crafted by the greatest minds in their time, forced to give everything they had to protect what they believed in. I don't know if there was any length they would not have gone to. Makes you wonder if they even contemplated surrender.
Maybe they should have. More would have lived.
Is that what you're planning to do? Surrender and hope the people invading your home show you mercy?
This is different. They stood no chance of winning.
I wonder if they saw it that way.
There. Now we've got a way up.
Got it.
Figures. There's something blocking the prism.
Look around. Has to be another symbol.
There.
That did it. Now let's get down to the gate. Oh, would you look at that?
Is this your Lord of Smoke?
I suppose it is. This is a statue of Eobard Tiamara himself. Though I doubt my little girl would have found that name quite as catchy.
Smart girl. What was her name?
Truth be told, I'd rather not linger on that thought.
Yeah, no. Of course.
You know, walking becomes a lot more stressful when you're not certain that ground is real.
I couldn't agree more. This might come in handy.
This looks a little tricky.
I'll figure it out.
The symbols on the tiles seem to be the key here. Could not have done it better myself.
Here, the elevator.
Let's hope it works better than the last one.
I just wish I knew what the Dollsmen were looking for.
They must believe there is something in the city that can grant them an advantage in the battles to come.
That's not a lot to go on.
Maybe not. But whatever it is, it's going to be in the mountain itself. The complex